This is Jay with Sugar Hill Suede. Dig this fatherly intro, man. Y'all, I am sick and tired of passwords. Every time I turn around, I'm having to open up some sort of account or create a login and a password just to get some sort of information that I need. Sit y'all where y'all in the center. There. I mean, every time I turn around, you want some information on your insurance? Got to create a login and password. You want some information on this? You got to create a login and a password for this website. I've got a book that the last 4 or 5 pages is nothing but stinking usernames and passwords on sites that I've had to create just so I can get some information off of them. And heaven forbid, you should let it go a couple of months, because then that password's expired, and you better hope you wrote the last password down there before you can get back in, before you can even create a new username and password. Everything you do, you got to have an account, and you got to have a username and a password. Even if I'm only going to be on that site one time, username and password, you got to create a login. When the password expires, like I said, you better hope you wrote the old username and password down there. Because if not, you got to go through all kinds of hoops just to get the information you need. A pain in the butt. It sucks. It literally sucks. Out there, the little website that I use for logging my expenses, sitting there, and I like to do them whenever I incur an expense. I like to do it right there, that way I know it's done. I get the location and everything exactly right. Everything is right. Back there at the gas station, got gas. It's gonna log in, go ahead and submit it. Password's expired, gotta renew it. I think I just renewed it. I think I just did it not too long ago. It just sucks. It really, 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 really sucks. It's frustrating. That's all I gotta say. Alright, y'all, by the time this video comes out, Father's Day will have passed. I want to wish my father and my brother and everybody else who's a father happy Father's Day. I hope you had a good Father's Day. I hope you had a happy Father's Day. I myself am a father, and it's tough. I know there's a lot of work goes into being a father, just like there's a lot of work goes into being a mother. Trying to raise your kids the right way is really hard. Not from anything that you've done, but anything that you're trying to keep from influencing your child. That's the real drawback today. There's so many outside influences, and it's a full-time job. It's a full-time task just trying to keep those influences away from your child. Bad ones anyway. But anyway, I just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day, all the fathers out there. I don't know about y'all right now, but I'm burning up. Ain't nothing short of just plain old hot. Because where I'm working it's pretty clean, and I mean it's not, I say clean, but I got these big roll-up doors I can roll up, and we ain't just a few miles from the Mobile Bay, so all that air, that off the bay air comes in and comes through those doors and everything, so it ain't too bad. Plus I got a fan that's like right here. That's right here where it is. Y'all hold on a minute. Hold on. Because I'm in my car! Some lady out there holding up a sign. Why haven't you got your mask on? Because I'm in my car. Anyway, that Gulf air comes off, and it just, as long as you got roll-up doors. Now they got that bathroom in there. You don't lollygag in that bathroom. They ain't a vented place in there. It's like, the bridge on the River Kwai, where they took, what's his name? They took all the British officers and threw them in the hole down there. Called it an oven. That's what it is. It's an oven. You don't go in there. You go in there, use the bathroom, you better be getting out quick. You got to hold the door open just to let some of the heat out so you can wash your hands. You'll lose 5 pounds in there on the toilet. It's hot. Dead possum in the road. Tick eater. Going on the roundabout. It's a roundabout right there. Oh, I got one more day down here this week. And I'm going to be heading back home tomorrow. Then we're going to Gainesville this weekend, see Mom and Daddy. And for Father's Day, I'm carrying my son, and my brother's going with me. He's carrying his son. So, Mama ain't got a choice. Mama don't stand a chance. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us guys and her. Of course, she had that kidney surgery. She don't move around much anyway, so I gotta get something to drink. It's too much. All right, y'all. I got back home before dark. I'm gonna come over here and check on a couple of these cameras. I didn't bring a dog with me. It's just easier for me to get over here and get the cameras changed out and get back home, because I ain't going across the creek. I'm staying on this side, so I ain't gonna do no hiking. Oh. Big boy drop off right here. If I'd have brought a dog with me, I'd have had to round the dog back up. Them on the other side of the creek's just gonna have to wait a couple of weeks, because I'm gonna be gone this weekend too. So we're gonna check these out. I used to have one right there dead in front of me, but that's the one that I took down last week. Right in there. Oh! The other one's clear on the other side of that field. We'll check it out when we get there. Yeah. Goodness gracious. This is before I put the peanuts out. They have tore that bottle smooth up, and them bottles smooth up. Well, I guess they like peanuts. They snatch it off the string. I think they snatch it down the string. Oh, they did. Corn's missing out everything. Oh. Well, the corn's out of those little bottles there. They done figured that out. And this is the jug. Oh, I had peanuts in. This little 2-liter bottle. Gosh, I didn't think they'd tear in them peanuts like that. They worked on that sucker. There's the camera. I'm interested in seeing what's going on here, as I always am. Huh. This ought to be neat. I went ahead and put the corn back out. I didn't put any peanuts back here. For one thing, peanuts are too expensive. Corn's cheap, so I just put another jug of corn here and filled those 2 little smaller bottles up there. I went ahead and changed the card out in the camera and changed the batteries out too. The batteries were a little low, so instead of taking a chance on it, I just went ahead and changed the batteries out on that camera and filled the corn up. I'm anxious to see what's on this one because everything was empty. This is just 1 week. I mean, I was literally down here last weekend. What the crap is that? So, you can see what all we got here. This ground is kind of tore up right here. I don't really know from what, but maybe we'll find them. I see little coon tracks all through there, so I know coons been here. I guarantee you, coons have been here, and deer too. Coons and deer. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna clean up around here a little bit. Let me do that. Well, I left my machete at home. That ain't doing me no darn good. I was in a hurry to get over here. That's what it was. I was just in a hurry to get over here. I was gonna clean up right around here. So I have to do that next weekend when I come back over here. But I wanted to show you where the deer and all the live wildlife come from. See that little spot right there? They're coming from right in there and right in there. Right in this little area here is where they're coming from. They always seem like they're coming and going from this area here and then right there behind the camera. That's where they always seem like they come from. They'll never come, of course, from the open field that I've ever noticed. They'll always come out the wood line right there, like you'd normally expect them to be. That's pretty obvious. That's why I put the camera right here. That's why I didn't put it way out in the middle of the field, because I don't ever see anything out there. It's always right here close to a wood line. So right there is where they kind of come in from, right in here. But mostly it's from this section over here. You can tell where it is in relation to the corn bottles and everything, the bait bottles. And that's usually where they're coming from. Most of the time, I guarantee it's from right there. Now there's another corn feeder right there, a little game feeder, but it's probably 3 or 4 foot off the ground, and it stays there year round. Yeah, and they feed it, you know, closer to get the hunting season. But that's where they come from mostly. Hey y'all, this is at location E. Ain't nothing been over here, I don't think. Nothing that wouldn't eat corn anyway. I'd have figured this one would show up something within a couple of weeks, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. If it's like this when I get back next weekend, I'll probably move it, because it would have been 3 weeks. There's the camera. There's the corn. Corn don't look like it's even been touched. Cat food's gone, but that don't mean nothing. I dumped a thing of cat food out here the other day too, so that don't mean nothing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and change the card out and see if there's anything on it. There's that thing of corn, and I guarantee you, if I got anything on there, it'd be an armadillo. Armadillo digging, armadillo digging. Well, at least the armadillos are wandering around. Yeah, look at the grass growing. This is Alfred A.
Standing on the warning track right here, Jay.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, that's pretty cool.
What would you rob? Ain't nothing but
drive a home run.
That's pretty. It's a baseball field in Florida, University of Florida National Champions 2017. This is the outfield fence.
I guess that's the scoreboard right there.
Yeah, that's the scoreboard. They're redoing something.
Yeah, they are.
Either that or the. The field is kind of in bad shape right now. They got weeds growing up on the infield. But when it's fixed up, I bet it's real pretty. Kind of like the first date. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in the swamp. Alright, y'all, we weren't able to make it over to 2 of the trail cams. We made it over to 2 on this side of the creek, but the 2 that I usually have to hike to get back there to, I didn't make it over there to those. Those take up some time, and they take up a lot of effort and anything, and I just didn't have time to go over there and get them. So next week's we'll actually have 2 weeks worth of trail cams on those trail cams, but I learned a couple of things. I got one of the trail cams has armadillos on it or something. One I knew that had armadillos on it, it had armadillos on it. The thing that I noticed, the other camera more than made up for it. 2 things about these videos. There's a lot of variety on these next trail cam videos, and coons like peanuts. Watch and see what I'm talking about. Alright, y'all. I want y'all to look at those armadillos. I knew there was some armadillos at this site. This is the only video really that was of that site. And there's the mama armadillo and the 3 baby armadillos. This next site shows the jug of corn, not jug of corn, jug of peanuts. So, like I said before, raccoons like peanuts. And they really fit to show out here in a little bit. And they're kind of figuring out they like the peanuts pretty good. They sitting there digging around in there, and that darn bottle almost makes a complete loop around. They work on them peanuts pretty good. In fact, you got 2 little bottles of corn sitting right there on the post there, and they're gonna wipe this corn out within a night or 2. And then that's when they start paying attention to the corn, but they're gonna get all the peanuts they can. They stingy. I want you to look at them here in a minute. This one right here, I had to make sure that he was, that this was a video instead of a still picture, because he was so stinking still there for a minute. Look at him pulling that corn away from the other one. I mean, those peanuts. Looking dead at me. They're going to get him a handful of them peanuts and have them a heck of a time. Those are just those dry roasted peanuts that I got at the store. The cheapest brand that I could get. Of course, I don't think they care. They can't read the label. Of course, here's a possum. He come in to bust things up a little bit. There's a lot of good variety on this video. Like I said before, it's all kinds of animals come in on this one. This is the only one I had that I could get to Friday before we had to leave. Look at him. There's 3 of them. And they all want some of them peanuts, but you got that one hogging them all. And look, listen where the bottle is way on back there now. They stingy. They like any other animal, they just stingy. See all that grass that's grown up, all that bahia grass? That's what I was gonna cut down. I was gonna have my machete. I had left my machete at home, and I meant to carry it with me so I could clean out around there a little bit. Because they get that bottle. There's 3 of them there now. They get that bottle way back there in the grass, and you can't. You don't like that other coon coming around. You get that bottle back there in the grass and you can't see it. Look at them. They're so stingy. They don't even want another coon around them while they're trying to get them peanuts. And here's a pretty fox squirrel. I hadn't seen any fox squirrels in these woods over here behind my house where I predominantly do a lot of squirrel hunting. I hadn't seen a fox squirrel. Seen a bunch of other squirrels, just regular old tree squirrels, but not a fox squirrel. And that was one with a little cardinal in there. Those cardinals are pretty. And they'll come down there and eat on that corn a little bit too if there's any pieces that are small enough. He's got his tail sticking straight up back over the top of his head. And I have no idea why. There him and that cardinal is again. See, the peanut jug is laying over there in the corner over there all by itself. It's bone dry. I mean bone dry. They had most of that darn, there's a turtle. They had most of that darn peanuts eat up within the first night, or by the latest the second night. Here's the coons again, but they going back over there to check it just to make sure. Look at them. They ain't happy about it. I guarantee you that. The tension is getting thick, I'm here to tell you now. Look at you gotta get out there, man. Oh, the tension is getting thick though, I'm here to tell you. Now look at him, he's sitting there staring at something. He's staring at another coon, I guarantee you. Cause it's fitting to get on, it's fitting to happen. Look at him, going at it, boy. That's why coons carry rabies, is because they fight so darn much. But that's the first fight I ever caught on trail cam though. That's a pretty buck right there. His rack is a little uneven, but it ain't bad off. His rack is, these are younger deer, looks like, but his rack right there looks pretty good. Of course, it'd be kind of hard to see. So maybe next year, whether or not it'll come out. What was that? It's like he lost his balance. You got 4 legs, man. How you lose your balance? Oh, there's an armadillo. That's just what the world needs. Is another darn armadillo. You know them armadillos earlier that had the mama and I think it was either 3 or 4 little baby armadillos. I shouldn't say that I don't realize it. I do realize it, and I've known it for a long time. But armadillos, all their babies that they have, and whatever litter, I guess a litter that they have, is all. That's a pretty buck right there. All the babies armadillos in the litter are either all male or all female. One of the two. This buck right here, there's something funky with his coat, and I don't know what it is. Well, I probably should know what it is, but I don't know what it is. I wish I could see him during the day. And we're going to close it out a little bit with some cardinals here. Those cardinals are pretty, and I've seen a lot of them around here, around my house there for a long time, and I still see them now, but just not as many of them. All these darn cats have run them off. Those cardinals are pretty. That's gonna do it. Okay, y'all, that's gonna do it for this week. We hope y'all enjoyed it. The clips at the end of the video down there in Gainesville at the football field and the baseball field, in case you hadn't heard or anything, I don't know why some of you would, but anyway, my mother is staying down in Gainesville for another couple of weeks, I think. So we went down there to see her and spend some time with Dad since it's Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, even though it's a day after Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. So we went down there and we drove over to the university, just to kind of see the university and everything. And we were driving by and saw that the stadium was open and people were running around in there, exercising, doing things. That may be commonplace, I don't know, but I know that it was kind of took us by surprise. But there were, I'm sure, a couple of folks running upstairs that were football players or basketball players or baseball players, some sort of athlete. They were running stairs. I can't imagine any other reason you'd want to run up the stairs. But it was open. You could walk right down to the field. You couldn't get on the field, but you could walk right down there to the field. And it was pretty neat, even though it was a Florida Gators stadium. It was pretty neat. And same thing for the baseball field over there. But we'll try it. We'll have another video here next week. And don't forget, there's a shop time tomorrow night, shop time Thursday night, and I'm actually doing it's not actually in the shop, it's some work on some of the equipment that I work on at work. So it's a little change up a little bit. Like I said, I just haven't had a chance to be at home very much. Or I've been at home, I just haven't had a chance to work in the shop very much. But we hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. That's all I got.